I used to come home from work at night, on the radio, they would say, "The Bronx is burning. The Bronx is burning." It used to upset me terribly. It was like a bomb hit here and like a war zone.
And y'all was in your house throwing water on the walls to keep the walls wet.
So the fire wouldn't come through the building.
Yeah, well, it was all arson.
Definitely. All arson?
Oh, yeah. After a while, because I guess with the rent control and all this other stuff, people, weren't keeping up with the landlords figured they're better off torching the places.
I wonder, was this a plan in the beginning to get rid of the poor? What the hell was the plan? What was the reason? It don't make sense to me. It really don't make sense. There's nobody's home. There's nobody here. I don't understand it. Where do these people go?
There's two things you could do. You either stay and fight or you flight. You run. We stayed and fought rather than run away.
We gutted the buildings, took all the trash out, replaced the beams, did everything. We did this in right in the middle of all this devastation. We were like ants working and changing the community. The more we talked, the more we did.
Yeah. Mom and Pop ain't love no more. Just another Isis and Osiris. And when I think about my life, hoping they love me like I'm Cyrus, a Babylonian king. Feel like a Babylonian king, cause when it all falls down, you see, they blame it all on me. And I cry with my mind's eye wide. Feel like my soul's been roaming in the night sky, in a night fight. They control your mind, they control your moments, so I own it. And my time is so fucking divine. Then I close my eyelids. Everything shining ain't always diamonds, especially nowadays. We've seen trends in sequence. Weave is the new natural, and even the people who seem like they have hearts of gold go off, fade, and then they rust in mold. And those with the realest souls are forced to
have seen or dealt with in dealing with community members and stuff like that. I think that's a great one you should write down.
So do we all?
Okay, I'll come. You should know because we talked about this when you were in 10th grade. We did the whole unit on gentrification. You guys wrote monologues about it. We read Raisin in the Sun and we talked about it.
That was like 2 years ago, like
I don't
3 years
care.
ago.
When my students hear the word gentrification, I think they immediately think of Harlem, Brooklyn, but they don't per se think of the Bronx. It's so sneaky and it's so pervasive at the same time, and it's so slow that when you realize it's happening, it's too late. You're displaced. The neighborhood completely, looks completely different. You can't afford to live here anymore. We have a lot of students that are coming out of the shelter system. As an educator, you want to provide them with skills that they need for the future, but their present day issues sometimes may prevent them from turning in that paper or doing their homework or showing up to school. The fact that I'm from this community is a resource. I think, my students are everywhere. I can't really escape them. And I make a point to say that to them. When I look at you, I don't see a student. I see my cousin. I see my nephew. I see my sister. I see myself. My family in general are social activists. They sort of instilled in me the importance of community, the importance of giving back, and the importance of never forgetting where you come from. I want the Bronx to shine in every way that it can. I feel like this is such a beautiful community of people that are trying, that are working hard, that are the best, I think, of New York City. Yes, we have our issues and we have things that we need to work on, and let's work on those things, but there's so many amazing, beautiful things about this borough that we also need to preserve.
One of the reasons why gentrification is possible is because people move. There is no cohesiveness. What we're trying to do here is we're bringing back the family to the neighborhood. It takes a village to be happy and cohesive. It also takes a village to help with gentrification, affordability in housing, and all of those things that we're fighting for.
These new buildings that we had rehabbed on Kelly Street, they're trying to organize the people. They're starting out with a garden, and once that garden starts flourishing and people start talking and believing and trusting each other, I think it's a possibility. The community will come back again. It's like, 3 buildings long from that gate to that wall. That's gonna be a big garden. Vegetables, flowers, herbs. Revitalization of that garden. We had it done back in the 80s. And as people moved out, they lost interest. So we're back again trying to do it.
Have you planted seeds?
Yes.
Yeah. You like planting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gardening?
And do you like to pull it up and eat it?
No.
No. There's 2 things you could do. You either stay and fight or you flight. You run. We stayed and fought rather than run away. And you can stay here and try to make it better, or you can go to some place where you're gonna have a higher fight and you won't know what you have to face. So that's part of why we stay.